Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Rule of Reading. My name is Celeste and today I'm going to do a video that's the first one in the series, and that's do I trust these persons recommendations. And I'm really excited for it. This time it's 3 booktubers, I think. So for all of you who have signed up are all booktubers, so sadly. But I want all of you to join in. So today I'm going to do a little bit different than the rest of the series. Today I'm going to be reading, or in this video I'm going to be reading 3 books of the 3 different people, and in the next videos I'm going to be reading 3 favorite books of one person. Okay, so the first book I'm going to be reading is Date Me Bryson Keller by whye, and it is Robbie's from Antis Nose Stuck in a Book favorite book. I'm really excited for this. I know I can trust Robbie a little bit already, so I'm really excited to start reading this. Yay! What is it about? It is about Bryson and what's the other one? Another boy, and Bryson gets dared to date a new girl every single week. Or date a new person every single week. The first person to ask him out gets to date him for a week, and 1 week this is a boy, and I'm really excited for this. Next I'm going to be reading one of Jade's from Jade Ruiz's favorite books, and that is Vicious by V.E Schwab. Really excited about this. It's a V.E Schwab. I really like V.E Schwab's writing style, her books. I've enjoyed the Savage Songs duology and her Male Grade series. I really enjoyed them, so I'm really excited to get into this one. I've heard a lot of good things. And the last book I don't physically own. It's on ebook, which I've already bought, and it's Shadow of the Wind by ruiz zafon. And there's Beth from Booksnest's favorite book. And I'm really excited about this. It's the boy, and he goes to this secret library and he finds his book, and there's a person who wants to burn all the books from this author. I'm really excited for it. It's really curious. Really excited to do this, and I will see you guys like in the next clip, because I'm doing this like vlog style, and at the end I'm going to wrap up what I thought of these books and if I can trust these people's recommendations. So I'm really excited to get into it. Just let's get into it, and I will see you guys later. Okay guys, so the first book for this video is read, and I'm going to film a clip now, which is exciting. The first book is Date Me Bryson Keller by whye, and it's one of Robbie's favorites, so it came out good that he sent it to me, and I read it almost immediately and I loved it so much. 5 stars. It's amazing. I annotated the hell out of this book. And this is about Bryson and Kai, and they meet at school, and Bryson is like this jock, but he's never really dated anyone before, and before their senior year there is this dare where the first person who asks Bryson out dates him for 5 days, and it's for until spring break, I think. And he does that without fail, and if he fails, he has to drive the bus to school and not his beloved car. But never was it specifically said that it had to be a girl who asked him out. And Kai asked him out by kind of an accident, and it's their love story, and it's amazing. And I really love the commentary in this book, in a way that still here in 2020 people don't always feel safe to come out. People are still in terrifying and scary and harmful environments, and it's not safe for them to come out. And this book deals with it in a soft way. I think I can't say because I will spoil it, but it deals with it, and it's something we don't get a lot anymore, actually. And I'm sad about that, because there are still people out there who are in dangerous situations, who have to hide themselves to have a home over their roof, to have to be safe. They have to hide themselves, and it's not okay. But people just, I think people don't realize it's still happening. It's still there. And I really love that this book handled that and talks about that, and I just it's truly amazing. Oh my god, I'm so glad Robbie sent this to me and I picked this for this video. It's absolutely amazing. I loved it so much, and it needs people need to read this book, okay? Please just read it. It needs to be talked about, it needs to be read, and it needs to be acknowledged. And I think what also this book gives you all the emotions. It makes you laugh as much as it makes you cry. And I think that's the strength of this book. So that's what I wanted to say. I haven't read anything else, so I will see you guys again when I've read another book for this video. So hey guys, I have read Fishes, and this was the read Jade from Jade rereads favorite books, one of favorite books, and sadly I gave this 3 stars. I'm so sad. I wanted to like it so much. I thought I would, because I actually really like V.E Schwab, but I just couldn't connect to the characters, and it's really important for me to connect to the characters. I think that's a big thing because the characters themselves are really disconnected from their feelings. I was disconnected from the characters. I think this is a really good book. It just wasn't for me, and I'm really sad about this. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if I will continue because some people like the second one more and some people don't like the second one, so I'm not sure if I will continue with this series, but we'll see. I flew through this. I read this in 2 days, 3 days, so I definitely flew through this. It's in 2 timelines. It's in the now timeline and in the past, and the past is when Victor and Eli are in school and they're figuring out about these what's it called? What are they called? I don't know. Supernatural beings, and you have to have a near-death experience. And in the future, Victor is getting out of prison and he's out for revenge on Eli. It was a really interesting story. I just couldn't get into it, sadly. I think the writing style is also pretty weak, which I'm sad about. I think the writing style in Darker Shade of or Savage Song, the Savage Song series, and her middle grade is better. And I think this is pretty early on in her career, but I'm sad. I'm really sad about this. I do like a lot of Jade's recommendations, so I think I would trust her. And I'm also like, not everyone has the same favorite books and things like that, so I get why I wouldn't like this as much. I'm sad about it, but also not mad because I'm really glad I finally read this book. So that was everything I kind of had to update you on. Oh, I have 1 book more to. Okay, so guys, so now I've read The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafon. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is Beth from Book's Nest, one of favorites books. And I DNF'd it at 64%. And I'm just so sad about this, because this book has just been on my radar for such a long time and I wanted to read this for a long time, but I never got to it. And I was enjoying it in the beginning. I really was. But then I don't know, I think it's a combination of things. Combination that I was going through a rough patch and I needed a book that pulls me in, and I don't think The Shadow of the Wind did that for me, because writing is so descriptive and really difficult to read at some parts, because you need to read every single thing. And when I need a book to pull me in, I need to want to read it in one sitting, and I didn't really get it. think over the 64%, I did 3 weeks, and I'm really sad about that. I did 3 weeks over the 64%, and that's just because the writing was really descriptive. I am interested in the story. I'm kind of interested in wanting to know what happened, so I may pick it up when I am in the mood for it later on, maybe, because it sounds super interesting. I just don't think I was in the mood for it, and because I took such a long time reading it, and I took like 2 or 3 days of a break from the book whole, so I didn't read anything from the book from 2 to 3 days. I just couldn't connect to the characters because of that, and I'm really sad. But maybe in the future I will continue if I have an audiobook or something like that. And I'm really sad about this. Oh, this has been going really well. Not okay, so now I'm going to be wrapping up this do I trust these booktubers, because these 3 are booktubers. So I have 2 books here. So first I read Date Me Bryson Keller by Kevin whye, and this was Robbie, one of Robbie's favorites. He kindly sent it to me, and I absolutely love this book. I love it so much. I trust Robbie completely for recommendations. This is the only recommendation I call for him. Most of his favorites are my favorites, so I trust that man completely. He's absolutely amazing, so if you aren't subscribed to him yet, go subscribe to him. That goes for all 3, by the way. I know Robbie personally, and I love him, and I love his recommendations, and I can't wait to see what he reads next, and I will probably pick that up too. Okay, so then I read Vicious by V.E Schwab. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad book. It was my favorites. I gave it 3 stars. I couldn't connect to the characters, that's why I'm giving it 3 stars. But this is a really good book. An enjoyable read. I read it pretty fast, but it just couldn't connect, and I didn't care about the past, so that's why it made me give me 3 stars. But I do trust that this is Jade from Jade rereads, one of her favorites, but I kind of do trust her because I've read the Sebastian de Castell series, and I really liked it. I need to read the last one, and I've read multiple V.E Schwab. It's just one that didn't work for me, sadly, so I do trust her recommendations. And then the last one, which I talked about just now, is The Shadow of the Wind. But it's Beth from Booksnet's favorite book, and I didn't like it, and I think it's because I picked it up at the wrong time. I'm really sad about that. I do kind of want to continue on a later date, but I would kind of start again because circumstance. But I'm really sad, and I think I would pick up multiple or more of her recommendations to see if our reading taste really matches, because I don't really know right now. If you want to participate and you haven't put your name in the last video or favorites, please leave your whatever link down below, your YouTube, your Twitter, your book depository, Instagram, book blogger, whatever you do, something with books. Leave that link down below with 6 of your favorites, and I will maybe pick your name in the upcoming months. So I'm really excited for this. So if you like this video, please click the little bell button down below, and I hope to see you guys next time.